Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Afrocentric Woman. Thank you for tuning in. The results are still coming in on a couple of the surveys that I have posted on the channel, and I will be leaving those up for the rest of the week. So if you haven't checked out those questions, please do. And then I think I'll drill down a little bit further into each category because over 50% of you have already answered that you're not ready to date. So I will be asking further questions as to why you're not ready. So that way we can shape the content and share content that may help you increase your readiness. But yeah, so let's just dive in. I have three five-star dates booked this week. I have one tomorrow and I have one hold on. Oh my God, I actually have 2 tomorrow. Oh, I didn't think about that. I may need to actually move one of those because I don't think I wanna do 2 dates in one day. I didn't think about that. Anyway, I have 2 booked tomorrow, and then I have, 1 booked on Friday. But I think I will wanna move the one tomorrow. I wanna move the evening one to oh, dang. I wouldn't be able to do I don't know. I don't know because it would have to probably dang, really, that's the only day I have, honestly, because I have sports the other days. I didn't think about that. Okay, I may possibly have 2 2 dates tomorrow and another one on Friday. Okay, until then last week, I had 2 nice dates. I wouldn't call them five-star, but they were nice nonetheless. So, how do I do it? Okay, the number one thing is that you have to, weed out dust because picking the correct target is going to be the way that you actually get to go on luxury dates. So you want to look out for people who are saying stuff like, I'm a simple guy. I like to sit on the patio. I like to Netflix. I like to binge watch TV. What else dusty people be saying? I want a simple woman. I'm low maintenance. When a guy tells you that he's low maintenance, what he's saying is you be low maintenance. Okay. He's saying he wants a low maintenance woman. Usually, things that they're saying sometimes about themselves is like things that they're trying to attract. So if they say, I'm a low maintenance guy, I'm a simple, hard-working guy, and I want an independent woman, what that means is I want you to be simple, low maintenance, and don't ask me for anything. So you want to kind of look out for those buzzwords inside their profile, and that will help you know that they're not going to be the right target. If they're in a dusty environment like a shabby house, typically guys who wear ball caps and beanies are pretty dusty. They never really offer very nice dates. Now there are exceptions to the rule, so I'm not going to give you every single exception to the rule. I'm just giving you generalities, like just general speaking on things that you could avoid. There are certain ethnicities that tend to be cheaper. So with those ethnicities, I pretty much ask them like, what are like I'm a little bit more detailed with my questioning because I don't want to waste my time. So I will ask a little bit more detailed questions to them about exactly what they want to do. I'm not going to mention that ethnicity because I'm not trying to have my channel flagged again. But what I can say is that they tend to talk about, oh, let's go hiking. I want to have a picnic outside. They pretend to be afraid of the pandemic. That's like the number one dusty thing that they do. Oh, I'm so afraid to go into a restaurant. Let's do a picnic and stuff like that. So just avoid that dust. Look at the job title and see what they're doing. Most men who are accomplished, they're very, very proud of their careers and they want to tell the world what they do. They may not be detailed to say which company they work for, but they will give you an indication that they are an executive or a leadership position. So they'll be like, oh, I'm an engineer lead at a Fortune 500, or I'm a CEO at a high tech firm or I'm a founder at a startup. Like they don't say they're discreet and that they don't won't disclose which company that they work for, but they give you an indication that they have a leadership role, and which means that they're going to be having extra money to spend on dating, so it's not going to be a big deal for them to take you to a steakhouse or something because they actually have the disposable income to do that. Graduate degree is another good indicator that they're gonna have money, but you kinda wanna make sure, like, you're avoiding, like, teachers and, like, graduate degrees that, like, in careers that don't make a lot of money. You wanna steer towards the graduate degrees that make a lot of money, like engineers and, attorneys. Meh, I haven't had good luck with attorneys, but hey, you ladies might have good luck with attorneys. I don't. I tend to do good with like tech guys and yeah, I tend to do good with tech guys, sales guys. Any type of medical sales is going to be a good one for that kind of a thing. So you want to kind of look and see if the things in their profile is kind of leaning towards like finer dining, traveling. If they like traveling, if they like different cuisines, then that's gonna give you an indication that they are gonna be a better target. And then also age. I will do a separate live just about dating older men to see exactly how old you can go comfortably. But of course, the older you can go, the better, because that's going to mean that he's going not gonna be as sleazy as younger guys. He'll be a little bit more mature and have more money to spend. So, there's a variety of ages on this channel, so everybody's age range as far as their target is not going to do well. I do good with late 40s to mid 50s, but that is not going to necessarily make sense for every single lady on this channel. Okay. But you want to make sure that your age is right. So a lot of you are aiming too young, way, way, way too young. And those guys are trying to get as many cheap dates as possible because they're trying to sleep with as many women as possible. So those are going to be your cheap restaurants. Oh, let's meet for happy hour, meet me for coffee, meet me for a drink, let's go to the bar. It's going to be those kinds of guys. Those guys have way, way too many women in their rotation to sit up and spend $200 or $300 on dinner for one woman. They're just not going to do that. So don't get discouraged if you are aiming at the wrong target. If you're aiming for guys in their 20s and 30s and you're trying to basically squeeze blood from a rock and it's not there. It's literally not there. And so that's part of y'all's frustration is you're picking the wrong target. You have to go older, more refined if this is something that you want to do. I'm not saying that this is what you want to do because some of y'all are just perfectly fine going to get coffee or going to get a drink or going to a cheap restaurant. So if that's what you want to do, then stick with the 20s and 30s. But if you are trying to do some of those steakhouses, nice restaurants and stuff like that, shows, valet and all of that, then go older. Okay. Every now and then you will kind of find those unicorn younger guys that want to splurge on dinner and stuff like that. But again, you have to kind of weigh your time. Like, do you have time to sift through all of that to find the unicorn? It's up to you. I definitely have met those kind of guys, but again, the ones that I've met, they kind of expect a little bit quicker turnaround as far as intimacy. Like they think like, oh, one steak dinner, that's going to get me intimacy. That has been my experience with younger guys who have taken me out to nice places. Um, yeah, so older guys, I'm not saying that they're immune from that type of behavior either because they do it too, but they typically don't expect something like that after one meal. You understand? So yeah, so that's that. Okay, so whenever you're having conversations with these guys initially, you don't want to go on and stay an app for too long. You want to keep the conversation around dating, about what they like to do, where they like to go, what are some of their favorite cuisines, that kind of thing. Okay, so when you pick the right target, half of your work is done. So, for example, when I went out with a gentleman last week, he sent me some of the sweetest text messages. Now, I'm not saying he's sweet. I'm just saying the messages were sweet. I'm saying the behavior thus far is sweet. But of course, I cannot assign any character to this guy until I have way more dates under my belt. You know what I'm saying? But thus far, he's been just fine. So he took the initiative to already make, because I think we vaguely talked about this restaurant on our first date. So he went ahead and made the initiative to book reservations because this place is really popping and they fill up fast. So he already did that. Now, why did he take the initiative to do that? Because he was listening to me, because he's very attracted to me, because he really liked me, and because he wants to impress me. So he went ahead and he did it. Because why? Because he's the right target. So he doesn't need so much hand holding. Okay, so he has his own company and it's not like a rinky dink company with like two, three people. It's like a big company with like multiple employees. Okay, so money is not an issue. Okay, so then that's that. He's like kind of self motivated. All right, the other guy, um, he kind of lives out of town a little bit and he's coming in. So basically, I've just been chatting with him, chatting, and he's like, "Oh, I wanna take you to lunch, and I wanna take you" boom, he names his five-star restaurant. I'm like, "Okay, yeah, that's great." Again, why is he doing that? He's retired, okay? He sees I'm younger and I'm beautiful, so he already knows, like, he's not coming with the bull stuff, okay? He's coming to impress me, straight up, okay? So again, I don't really need to finagle anything out of him. He's just already boom with the good stuff, offering it initially. Then the other guy, he's younger. He's like in his mid 40s. And he's like, "Well, I want to take you out. I want to take you out." And I'm like, "Okay, well, what do you have in mind?" This is a great question to ask guys because it gives them an opportunity. Like, you're not saying yes, but you're saying, "I might say yes, but tell me what you wanna do first," basically. So when you're like, "Okay, well, what do you have in mind? Let me see," and then you're gonna be more likely to get a better offer because they're trying to impress you, they want you to say yes. So if they're like, "Oh, I wanna take you out Tuesday," you're like, "Okay, sure, what time?" Then from there, they've already gotten their yes, they can just lowball you at that point because you've already committed to going out with them. So if you don't know the guy and he's trying to book something with you, make sure that you find out what it is that he's trying to do before you say yes. That's going to increase your odds of getting um a nice date. Another thing that I think we've talked about like on some other lives randomly is your profile and making sure your profile is all the way leveled up with your makeup, your hair, your attire, and your ambiance so that it looks like expensive. Okay. It needs, when people are scrolling your pictures, they need to be like, oh, wow, this lady looks high maintenance. You want to give off the vibes of I'm expensive, I'm high maintenance, I get my nails done, I maintain myself, I like nice stuff. That's the vibe you want to give off. So you don't want to be like in your car taking selfies in the bathroom, looking a hot mess, and then being like, oh, by the way, I want to go to a five-star restaurant because it just like it doesn't match, right? It doesn't match. So this is just a really, really quick overview to like help you secure some of those luxury dating situations for yourself so you can try some of these strategies and see how they work for you. Um Mocha Mommy says avoid people who say they want long walks on the beach and picnics in the park. And says true nerds flex. Got all the letters behind their name. Yeah, seriously, they do. When they have like an MBA, a lot of times, they will want to make sure like they're proud of their accomplishments. A lot of these men who have good jobs and good educations, they're proud of it, and they want to protect their privacy, so they may not disclose a lot, but they will let you know. Of course, if it's an Ivy League, just swipe right and ask questions later. Because, or if it's just a good university in general, like it could be not necessarily an Ivy League, but something like Auburn or Georgetown or Emory or any of those nice, like nice private schools, just swipe right and ask questions later. Okay. Because those people are usually very well connected. And yeah, anybody who's taken a picture with their car, like label that's obvious, they're probably going to be dusty and a bad target. If they're like, "Oh, look at me, I have a Mercedes. Look at me," that's not going to be a good target. Okay, you want somebody that it's okay if they take a car, like a car selfie. Make sure, like, look at the sunroof. Do they have like a sunroof or a convertible? And look at the interior. It should be leather. It should be clean and nice and pretty modern, but not like, "Ooh, let me move my head to the side to make sure that you know that this is a Maserati," or "Let me move my head to the side to make sure that you know this is a Porsche," or "Let me make sure I get the steering wheel in there." That's not gonna be a good target. That's not gonna be a good target. You want somebody that's wealthy, but quietly wealthy. Quietly, just matter of fact wealthy, and not like, "Ooh, look at my little toy. This is my prized possession. I really don't have anything thing else to offer besides this toy." So, picking the right target is going to be paramount. All right. So that's what I had. I got some stuff to do. I might come back on later today. We'll see. Thank y'all for tuning in, and peace. Bye.